What's up, YouTube? My name is Bonanza86, and I figured I'd do another Gaia Online related vlog. However, this one's a little more positive. Ever since the month of April, Gaia has released a monthly edition CI, or chance item, called Gaia Gacha. Now, currently, in this month of August of 2017, they are on Volume 5. It deals with pastries, I believe, and the pet that you can achieve from this CI is called Dan Dan the Panda. It is a toxic green color, very adorable, and I believe it is one of the easiest pets that you can acquire so far from these editions. However, the most popular edition of Gaia Gacha has been Volume 2, which is the King of Thule. Reason being that the pet that you can acquire from this edition of Gaia Gacha is Lore the Pegasus. Not only is it ridiculously cute, but the drop rate is abysmally low. And there are only a few people on Gaia who have that item. I am not going to release their names because I respect their privacy. And the last thing I want to do is to have them be bombarded with random private messages from people saying, hey, you think maybe I could borrow that? I'll give it right back. Yeah. Anyway, a value really hasn't been established. But anyway, the reason why I'm making this vlog is that I lucked out and managed to acquire a Lord of the Pegasus roughly 2.5 weeks ago. And I figured I'd start off with a little story. I had been playing Gaia Gacha Volume 2 for several weeks. It had come out in May, and I was playing, here and there whenever I had the gold. I have a tendency to play rigs to my heart's content until I'm dead broke. I didn't have any gold, and I had an SD Plus doll that was sought after very strongly by someone who had messaged me. It was called Shadow Lore and Shadow Lord, and it can be randomly acquired by getting an SD Plus blind box, and if you're lucky, getting the 2010 blind bag. And if you're really lucky, that doll will appear. However, it's random. All dolls are randomly, you randomly acquire them. It appeared in a rig, one of my favorites, called Hell Prison. Needless to say, I was lucky enough to get one. And there was one listing in the marketplace, which was ridiculously high. The average buy price was only 36 billion. But the user who had his only listing up there listed it for 5 trill. I was like, well, I don't think he's going to get it for that price because no one really pays that much for an SD Plus doll. Only if it were maybe a Gaia user. Because, anyway, that's another story. I listed mine for 350 billion. Still much, much higher than the average buy price, but I have a tendency to do that with my items because I really don't mind getting a private message from someone so that we can negotiate on a price that we can agree upon. So the person messaged me and had told me that they had tried to message the other guy, and, well, let's just say that deal didn't go as sweetly as he had liked. In fact, the person who had listed it for 5 trill canceled his listing and relisted it for 922 trillion gold. I found that a little bit hilarious. Needless to say, he wanted my doll and he had asked if I could negotiate for close to ABP. Now, I had let him know that I was not looking for ABP, I was actually looking for more than that, and that I was willing to negotiate. He responded back that he had only had 73 bill, and he was hoping that would suffice as an amount that I would take for the doll. Now, I did accept an offer, but I only took 50. I didn't want to leave him completely broke, and also it gave me some pure to buy more rigs. And it was a very, very, very opportune time because the Gaia Gacha rig had been out for so long that its value deflated. Because when they first came out, like the first one I bought cost me 100 bill. And I lucked out and got a victory, but I couldn't sell it, so I opened it and got an item of lesser value. Anyway, these Gaia Gacha Volume 2s, someone had listed for 6.2 billion, which is the lowest I had seen them. Because when they were deflating, they were going in the low to mid-teens. Billion gold, in the billions. So I really wanted those singles because I was never ever going to get them that cheaply ever again. So I was like, alright, 50 bill, sent the doll, he put in the gold. I was waiting for the person to confirm the transaction so I could buy those Gaia Gachas. Thankfully, they were still there. I snatched up all 4, and then I started playing each single one by one. On my 3rd single, I got a victory, but I didn't open it straight away. I wanted to open all of them, see maybe if I can get 2 victories. Unfortunately, the last single that I opened ended up being a fail. I don't even remember what item I got from it, and so I was left with a Gaia Gacha Volume 2 victory. Now, I have never ever sold a Gaia Gacha Volume 2 victory. Ever. I have tried. I'm too impatient. And I did not want to have to go through the hassle of making a thread in the Gaia exchange only to get lowballed by the masses who were only seeking profit. And I didn't want to list it in the marketplace because I had tried that before several weeks earlier and I couldn't wait. So I half-heartedly opened it, expecting one of the lower-end victory items like the Heavenly Gloom Grump or the Dreamy Sweet Weaver, one of those low-end items that I wouldn't even get a tenth of the value of the victory. So I clicked it, and lo and behold, it said Lord of the Pegasus. Although there was no value established for it, it said average market price not yet established. I mean, it said 0 and then a percentage. No one has sold a Lord of the Pegasus in the marketplace. So there has not been a value established. So I did a double take. I'm like, am I dreaming? Because even the most elite of Gaians have spent billions, if not trillions of gold on these singles, and have probably amassed more victories than I can count on one hand, and yet have not been able to acquire this very rare, prestigious pet, because the drop rate is just so low. And in fact, with these Gaia Gacha rigs, or with the CIs, if you collect all of the items, including the pet, you get the 100% achievement, and you get an additional recoloring of said item. Now with this one, it would be Dark Lore the Pegasus. It's a very cute item, although it's not as cute as the original lore. So, I was pretty damn ecstatic, And then I come to find out that there's only maybe 3 or 4 in existence of that I know of. And like I said, I'm not going to reveal who they are. Out of respect for them and keeping their privacy intact. Now, I have no qualms letting you know that I have a Lord of the Pegasus because, well, I'm not trying to sell it. I haven't had much luck so far, but I'm trying to sell it. But it just goes to show that in the most random and opportune moments, some luck is sure to come. Like I said, maybe I might come off a bit braggadocious, but I have opened quite a few of these Gaia Gacha CIs, and I just I feel humble that I was one of the few to even acquire that item. So that's my vlog, and I hope you enjoyed the story. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I want to give a special shout out to Gaia's United, who showcased my previous Gaia vlog, which was a bit of a rant. I want to thank them so much. And oh, and if you would like to converse with me on Gaia, you can reach me at my username, which is Bonsley. B as in boy, O as in orangutan, N as in Neanderthal, Z as in zealous, L as in laceration, Y as in yearning. Bonsley. No, that not to be confused with the Pokemon. That's spelled with an S. I am Bonanza86. Thank you for listening to this vlog, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.